there is some stuff I do want to talk about, the whole inside-outside thing. I was talking about yesterday how you need to have the glamours to travel, or you can't really travel. You're like on what would be an infinite plane of whatever biome you happen to be on in a tile, and it just goes out 10,000 miles from the center, with 20,000 miles side to side until you reach the end, and then there's just that formless potential. You step into it, you arc, you're gone. There's more out there after that. That also happens otherwise, but just you would be trapped on an infinite plane that way. And space up is there, but you can never reach it. That was without glamours. Now, with glamours, you travel everywhere. But space is still an unrealized potential as well in there. There is no real space. It's only half there. You need the glamours to travel in normal space like it exists now. And if there are no glamours, then you can't go anywhere. That really applies to air travel. That's why there is no air travel, no aircraft in the inside or the razor's edge. You go up too far and you reach the limit of how far the glamours can go. And since you need the glamours to travel, and you're traveling somewhere that's unrealized, you're heading into unorganized, chaotic space that nothing has ever been before. Now, if you're careful, you're going to be okay. Like if there's a buffer of about 500 feet, say, above the ground level. So if you have mountains or hills, that level is constantly moving. So there's no safe space that you can just count on. If you're traveling here and then suddenly there's a valley that goes like this, so you travel across the valley through the air, you're going through unorganized, unglamoured space. And that can be fatal because you're going into some place where there is nothing. If you happen to turn back before the colors that you can see start to smear, you're okay. But if you see the colors in what you see start to smear, you're gone. Because at that point, you are traveling solely in this chaotic, unresolved half space where there is nothing. And because of that, you are going toward a destination of nothing. And all movement is toward that end. And you can't just stop moving and be safe because you're still traveling through time. But as you see the colors smear, they just start to smear more until everything becomes just a featureless gray, and then it fades into black, and then it gets darker, and then there's nothing. And you're gone. So you go flying, and everyone that heads up far enough is never seen again. So there's no air travel or space travel in the inside or on the razor's edge. Birds fly, stuff like that. If, just sheer existence stuff like that, you're not exploring. But if you're just exploring and all that, oh boy. So there's birds, but they're not trying to fly to the moon or do supersonic, biome to biome travel. So that's a good reason why there's not a whole lot of stuff being done that way. It's all foot travel. But if you use the glamours, you're going to get places, because especially there are the glamours in the outside, because there's that whole mix with the inside, the outside, the door. It's very chaotic. And so there is some inside stuff on the outside. I'll talk about that on another day as well.